There's so much good to say about Vinland Saga that I'm almost worried that this video is just going to be me gushing like an absolute stan, but it's really hard not to. I only watched it about 2 days ago and I already want to rewatch it. I'm absolutely addicted to the opening. It's got me real fucked up right now, fam. I want it to fuck you up too, so this is why you should watch Vinland Saga. There are very few anime that can even hold a candle to the level of storytelling and depth that the characters have in Vinland Saga. That is without saying the amount of realism and genuine stakes that you feel in the world. It's very strange to say about realism and being grounded in anime, because while it does still have over the top fight scenes, everything in the world feels real, it feels believable, and it feels solid in that universe, if that makes sense. The characters' motivations and actions are believable and realistic. They're really not very far from what we would have today as motivations for what we do, and none of the characters feel like over the top caricatures of evil people. None of the villains, even the really horrible ones, feel like cartoon characters. They feel like genuine people who have reasons behind what they do and why they do it. And that just lends so much credence to everything that's happening. It makes everything feel more real. The show has a fantastic blend of CG animation and hand-drawn animation that does a really good job of showing off amazing backgrounds and like huge battle scenes, which there are a few of. Which is really handy. You use a lot of interesting camera angles that you don't see a lot, and moving camera shots thanks to the CG. It really plays to its strengths rather than its weaknesses, like in Berserk. All of the characters are absolutely fantastic. They have great personalities, great designs. They jump off the screen quite literally. A lot of them have satisfying arcs that come to a great conclusion. Only a few of them I was disappointed that we didn't see more of, but it is understandable that some of them weren't really that as consequential as I assumed at the start. Because of that slow start, you do get to learn a lot about certain characters, which is good and bad. I mean, the slow start is definitely a problem for a lot of people, I can imagine, but I got hooked on the show and I got hooked hard, and I just watched the entire show in one sitting, so your mileage will vary on that front for sure. I mean, one of the characters that stands out is the main villain, who is Askeladd, who is just an absolutely fantastic character, one of the best I've ever seen in anime. He's blown me away completely with his development, everything about him. At the end, I didn't even hate him, to be truthful. The way his progression goes, he is genuinely one of my favourite anime characters ever, and he will stay with me forever because of that. And that's the most spoiler free hard sell I can do. Please watch the show. If you still need some convincing, I will go into spoilers now. I will spoil some of the early parts and get into what makes it so special, but please check it out. Alright, we're now getting into spoilery territory for the early couple episodes, so if you don't want that, please go watch the anime, because it's really good. Okay, so the overall premise is a man named Thor, who is the sweetest and kindest man on the planet, is blackmailed into joining into a war so that his village isn't destroyed, and his son, Thorfinn, sneaks onto the ship thinking it's going to be like a fun time to go to war, and they are ambushed by pirates led by a man named Askeladd, who is, like a real bad dude. So Thorkill comes later. There's a lot of Thors in this show. You gotta trust me on this one. Alright, so Thors beats up like 30 dudes by himself because he's so fucking strong and powerful with his dad's strength. Thors then challenges Askeladd, who is the leader of the pirates, to a duel, in which Thors basically wins until one of Askeladd's men takes his son Thorfinn hostage. which results in him throwing away his weapon to save his son's life before he is brutally and horribly murdered in front of him, which is absolutely gut-wrenching. Uh, I feel like if you saw Thor's character at the start of the show, you would kind of see his death coming because, like, he's too good for this world, you know? He had to go. If he still existed in the world by the end of the series, like, none of the cool shit would have happened. It would have just been, like, chill in Iceland, dude. It would have just been vibing out there. However, Askeladd does let the rest of Thor's crew and the other men who are going out to war go home. So that was nice of him. Except for one minor thing that Thorfinn, who is desperate for revenge, sneaks onto Askeladd's ship in order to murder him. Because, you know, he didn't really listen to his dad's speeches about how killing is bad very, very hard. So yeah, he's like big on the whole murdering Askeladd thing. And then the next couple of episodes, we have him surviving and basically becoming a member of Askeladd's band until he eventually challenges him to a duel, which Askeladd accepts and then beats the ever-loving shit out of him, and then says if he wants to duel him again, he needs to become a real man and kill some people. So then we see this tiny child go on a quest of murder, and I don't mean like killing people. I mean he like gets a dagger and shoves it in old man's chest and fucking kills him. This is like this. The show goes hardcore, and it is like telling you straight up like this is not good stuff that's happening. This is bad stuff that's happening. But eventually, he works his way through the ranks of Askeladd's troop, and gets another duel with him, and gets fucking owned again because he's an idiot. And this dynamic goes for a while. I don't want to go further than that, but that's sort of the thing is they go on adventures being Vikings, and Thorfinn really wants to murder Askeladd, and Askeladd like does not give a shit because he's useful to him. It does go places from there. I promise you, there is a really interesting overarching plot from there. But any more gets into spoilers, and the story is really the key and the magic of the show. So I really hope you will check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this terrible video I just made you watch.